Happy Sunday, everyone, and welcome to Our Issues Birmingham. I'm Tommy Spina, and today's guest is Kim Rafferty with the Birmingham City Council, District 2 representative. Welcome back.
Thank you, sir.
How are you?
I'm doing quite well today.
What's the state of the city?
Not much going on.
Got a few days to talk?
Yes.
Last time you were a guest with us, I promised you I would have you back to discuss everything but Uber.
Yes.
But nothing good ever follows a but. When a judge used to tell me that all the time. There was some movement with Uber recently. So we'll just touch on that, and then we'll move on to some other stuff with the transportation world. Kim is chairman of the transportation committee.
Well, they came to the council and wanted some laws written to allow them to operate in the city of Birmingham. And it was. This
is their second trip, right?
Actually, it's their first official trip. The first time I asked them to come to just educate me on the issue. But so this is their first sort of official visit. But once they left the council meeting, they never came back to tell us what's wrong with our code, what are they looking for. So we are still, after a month and a half, we've made 3 requests for comment from them. We're going forward with what we've put together over the last year. Mm-hmm. We're still on the same time frame we were starting last June when we started working on this issue. And so we'll just keep moving forward, and hopefully at some point Uber will come forward and give us something we can start working with if they're not happy. The problem is they haven't told us that they're unhappy or what they're unhappy about.
So what is it that we have to offer that you're saying?
Well, right now I'm changing the whole code. Instead of being fixated on taxi cabs, we're doing a generalization of it called on demand, and that will include any kind of a transportation service, not just the traditional taxi, that is more of an instant request for service, not a prearranged or a 30-minute limo request, but a pedicab would be included in that, a transportation network company, and the taxi cabs. All 3 of those are included in that. And basically, we took out all the unnecessaries that were making a division, and we're only regulating the basics that we need to regulate, which is public safety, business licenses, and insurance.
So just from our last conversation, it seemed to me that one of the sticking points was their desire to pay a $5,000 one-time licensure fee.
That's what they offered the state. They haven't.
But that's just one $5,000 payment?
Just one-time payment. Now,
one $5,000.
One. And because they wouldn't have a state business license, they wouldn't necessarily be paying revenues for their activities in the state. But my indication from a person who knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who talked to Uber is that they're willing to pay whatever fees we put before them. So whatever we put before them is going to be the same that we put before any other on-demand transportation company. So again, I'm just waiting for their input. And if I don't get it, I'm just going to premiere what we've been working on the last year, which is another complete overhaul to the transportation code, and then they'll have to just comment from there.
Do you know what other cities, like Nashville, for example, receives in revenue from them?
No, most of the time they'll pay a business license.
Per vehicle?
Different cities, different states do it different ways. So it just depends. Some just leverage a one-time fee. Some leverage an annual fee. I think it's $15,000 a year for the state of Arizona. But it just varies from whatever place you go to whatever place you go. I've been more focused on the things that were most important to us and talking to as many states and cities as I could to get an idea of the various ways they deal with it. But I haven't really got into the minutia of how much they're paying in other places because I don't want to change our fee base. Our fee base is not so high that the taxi companies or the pedicab companies can't operate. So I don't want to increase it just because TNCs are coming in. So I'm not messing with the amount of the fees.
TNC?
Transportation Network Company.
Okay.
Uber's it just means that you're using an app on your phone to request the service as opposed to calling them.
So it's really not the city of Birmingham that's dragging its feet in getting Uber to town. It seems to be Uber that's dragging their feet.
At this point, it is.
Have you had any contact from the other competitors of Uber?
No, there's one company
or something like that.
No, I've spoken to them.
Yeah.
They're not interested in coming this direction. They just, I believe, Lyft just premiered service in Atlanta. So they want to see if their modeling works okay on this side. The only TNC company that I've talked to directly has been Gotcha Ride. And they actually, until Uber dropped all of a sudden into the mix again, we were about to edit the code for some small tweaks, and they were going to start operating in Birmingham under the code as it was structured at this time.
Gotcha Ride.
Gotcha Ride. But we've had to put them off because of Uber. But we can't wait anymore. We've already got other companies that want to come in. And
have you? When was Uber here last?
I believe a month and a half ago.
And didn't you tell me off air before we came on that you had some contact with them?
I got an email from their lobbyist this weekend asking for a meeting today. And I said, no, I can't meet with you. I need your comment on the code, because Uber had come before the council petitioning for special treatment concerning the law, and it would be unethical for me to meet with them and do some kind of a non-transparent compromise to the law to benefit their good. So instead,
so it needs to be across the board for all people.
Exactly. And so all I can do is say, when you get the opportunity to talk to me, and comment on what we've got, then we can talk. But it has to be transparent.
Well, that answers, I hope, your question. The ball is in Uber's court, so let's throw it back to the city of Birmingham so that we can work together and try to get this service to our citizens. Stay right here, Kim. We're going to talk about something else. This is Our Issues Birmingham. We'll be right back. Don't go away.